You know if this play is possible.
Yeah, LNZ's going to be playing with such confidence in this, and KST is going to take that confidence straight out of play. Get the opening frag for fnatic. First blood drawn by the T-side line. foozy will lean in, try and look for the trade back onto that man and get it to a 4 versus 4. Hearing footsteps back in the apartment's entrance, but got to keep his eyes on Boiler. Reface to Regali and flick directly to his head to gain control for the CT. Smoke down that can keep him suppressed back at that pit and mini pit entry position. He still fires away and gets a blind kill on towards foozy. Pepzor doubles up as well. Keeve is traded. Banjo in the back line, desperately looking for a headshot onto Rolf. Meanwhile, Pepzor getting challenged out by ZTR. Rolf will drop. Pepzor makes it a triple. And fnatic rising. Look at how low he is. Another one, a quarter out, and finally Regali's down. LNZ doing all that on his lonesome. They might have info. That's one player out there flashing their way forward, seeing nothing at all, but he's close and he gets his double up.
Oh my goodness, Rolf even out for the pit, trying to see if he could do some damage. What a beautiful round this has been so far from Young Ninjas. LNZ could even find more on this backstab up and short.
Well, Rolf has been caught by a jumping Mac 10, but LNZ continues pushing in, upgrading the Mac 10 to a Galil, catching Banjo with a simple burst, a triple up for LNZ in this one. And KST now left alongside Pepzor with the crossfire. foozy makes his way up. Pepzor struggles against the Mac 10. KST can at least get one trade, 2 kills to his name. Needs to get a full-blown ace to clutch this round. He gets Sapek and all, but now 9 points of health to his name. Defuse tap once. ZTR is going to find the AK on the kill. LNZ, though, the MVP of that round, can't do nothing with this.
Yeah, ZTR can get sandwiched in, needs to just do as much damage in as possible. A couple of kills, the triple, not quite coming through. The 5-7 over to Banjo, doesn't get the job done, but the damage has definitely been tagged in. And even for Keeve, look at this angle.
Overextends though. LNZ can catch the frag against him. Pepzor on 24, but Banjo's AK comes up with 2, a triple overall. Just like that, LNZ's left to do it all. Be very quick about this. Don't know if there was one dropped on the site. Either way, he finds Pepzor and now knows exactly where Banjo must be. Triple on for the quadra. LNZ's baiting so far forward though. He's got no more time left. He might find this kill, but the round goes the way of fnatic, rising to see if Banjo can make it a quadra, and it will not happen. Still a 2-1 and still favor to the T side.
Young Ninjas going back and forth means they're going to have to buy MP9 as much damage in as possible towards this broken wall position. Rolf actually deals with the first player, does get traded straight away. Flash over the top, Sapek getting a pick. This is looking all right.
Indeed it was. Got bullets back to his position himself. Taking damage for his own right. Keeve follows suit against LNZ, so a 3 versus 3 eventually gets brought back by fnatic.
If they got the position, does he actually want to push forward to the smoke? No one's watching it, turns around, drops the bomb and gets a couple of kills. Pepzor now the last one left.
ZTR's going to try and finish off the job. All 3 players now converging on their position. The Galil will fight hard, but it will fight in vain. It's a 2-game for Sapek. With a burst fire from ZTR, Pepzor can't overwhelm. The AWP of foozy trying to get back out of dodge. Counter flashes in from Rolf. Will hold off against KST. foozy does find a kill in. Pepzor with a trade back. Key with a follow-up. And now the A side gets overwhelmed. The 3v2 scenario. Sapek has 2 players to line up. They peek together and they almost die together. It leaves LNZ against Banjo and Keeve. But Banjo lets him go no further.
This duel setup in the apartments all just comes down to this initial contact. KST sees the first player. It is foozy to at least drop him. So there's a chance to be able to pick up some weapons. Move back over. It does open up the A site for a moment.
Banjo picks up LNZ. Exit frags. I think checking for Banjo. The AK out for it, so an extra.
It's when you're in such a shaky economy state for both teams that it's going to take a little while to see where both teams are at when we see those
bang forwards, and he can't do much to counteract them here. He takes the deagle straight into the face and doesn't use any of that util. Picked up by Banjo, smoked back to library. They have got ZTR back in mini pit, who could try and engage some sort of defensive line. He will get up high and catch KST, but Molotov out of the way. The bomb goes down to the 4v4.
Just try to do as much damage in as possible. Use that utility. Players all around. Can he find any more? Not going to happen. Everyone else just might as well save. Really felt as if in that round, fnatic Rising had a pretty good read of what was going on there, so they know that LNZ was
trying to force foozy back, ready for the shot, sees the shoulder bait and connects it on the second face. Rolf comes up against KST, Banjo can take him right back down. ZTR probably gonna get caught up on the Molotovs in the pit in mini. He's out in the open, still gets that headshot, trying to transfer back to the second man. Doesn't quite work out. Key with a responsive and sets up the man advance. LNZ just watching and waiting. Key ready to receive him, gets the shot into a 2v2. Regali makes it 1, burns quite heavily though. The Ninjas falling apart at the seams.
And Regali just swinging on the contact as soon as they get that frag. Right, I'm looking in for something. I want to catch the long players off guard.
Out of the deficit and just coming straight in with a decent lead out. ZTR 2 picks out with the SMG at the very least, making it nearly a triple. Keeve can trade it back. Decent impact found
being heard. This is such a sick play.
shot on Pepzor, taken back out of play, and now the Ninjas have a real solid hold of the round. Chance in the previous frag, and of course the mid-control gain. KST is going to try and frag back onto Rolf, and Rolf just domes him. 2 picks to his name, and AK can get picked up for free. 40 seconds, Rolf caught looking the wrong way, but still adjusts to get his 3K.
We've just got to see more consistency and follow-up around some young Ninjas.
And then Zed wraps the corner, gets the 1 kill. Kyiv can't trade it all the same. 4v4. Imagine not to be so. Molotov instead try to drive the AWP away, and he catches the ball bank anyway. Kyiv not expecting Sapit to be out there. Extends against Regali, will get the info where the bomb is coming in from, and Fuzi just backs off.
Look at the information you got to pick up towards top banana. Probably just going to work with it. Walk through the smoke, hope to catch the AWP with the timing, looking the wrong way with nade
control just in case. I really haven't seen that bomb actually. KST will still lean in anyway, and Fuzi's going to catch that triple. Nice nade placement. Utility suppression for now. Fuzi will get 1 player to move forward and take one of those deagles out.
I've got to be careful.
Respect the decisions of those respective teams. Now the initiatives to bring more talent through the systems. I guess it kind of makes a lot of sense now. 2 players are standing in Pepzor and Banjo. AWP in for Fuzi. Spotted. Banjo takes a triple. Quadra out against Pepzor as well. Probably likely here with the dualies against the Deagle. Sees the bomb carrier, and even if he goes down right here, there's trades available for the CT side. Not like it's required. Quadra out for the man. And themselves ready to flank in from the app's entrance or via boiler. ZTR just sprays manically. Fuzi will catch Regali. Finally, there is a trade available for the T-side line, and they break into the site of the man disadvantage, and it almost becomes 2.
Oh, there's so much util, and even Rolf, they've got no idea he's coming up from the short side. He deals with that first player. Kyiv is making a play out from Library. That's trying to take some attention away. KST on the site, though, he's got to be a god, and they're starting to put pressure on him.
Follow-up incendiary, force him back. It doesn't land top of the box. Kyiv gets caught off anyway, and well, KST's not going to last much longer himself. Diffuse should get stuck as soon as the Molotov clears. ZTR again aggressing. In place of LNZ, KST still going to find the incendiary on from Rolf. Nades at the back line. Should catch Kyiv and finally get a trade in. Pepzor responds though. Banjo holds on to a kill before he's finally traded back. And 2v2 scenario as Sapik chimes in alongside Fuzi. Simultaneous kills come in for those 2 players. And then Ninjas close the
Rising. They're going to press it really far forward. And ZTR's the one with nades. He now sees it coming. What can he do about it though? Get that flash over, flashes himself. They could just start running into A into second mid, and the trades are fantastic here for the teams. Regali trying to get impact. Kyiv too, and now Fuzi's the last one left.
Bomb dropped in the open as well. They have all the info to play with. Fuzi with the utility in his own hand, and a perfect headshot against Kyiv. Regali knows that he's got to go back for that bomb though, and he reads the headshot so wonderfully for fnatic. That pit position is going to be a ruse, but the CTs have read it so well. Banjo knows that they're coming in. ZTR gets caught first by Pepzor, and Banjo, the lone player in the back lines at the back site. Sapek's going to overwhelm him with Rolf sponging the majority of the damage. Kyiv gets some damage on the Sapek as well. Sees where Fuzi is, but struggles to hit these shots, and the Tech-9 can turn it into a 4v3 advantage.
Oh, they've got a player up towards the top of Banana. Flash over the top's perfect, the 3-on-2. But Regali's still alive, and he's the one with the rifle.
So much damage done to the CT line. The same thing to the T side. The Deagle still 1 shot away from landing his kills. He's out for LNZ, backed up by 2 more individuals behind him. KST could line up 3 kills. He gets 2 of them. Looks on for the triple, but doesn't quite line up his spray. Fuzi can get his spray on Regali, though the SMG gets another good frag. Maintaining a treatment trade at a 3 versus 3, trying to make it 2, in fact. And somehow gets away with Pepzor.
I don't know how he gets that. And for Sapek, this could be catching them off guard. Kyi's down low. The M4's going to win out the fight. Banjo's got to back himself. He's got to go for this clutch.
Fuzi had to look towards the pit position, but he just sees Sapek. Knows the ZTR's on site, gets the shot in. Now needs to desperately get Sapek. He's got no kit. Probably hacked the 10 seconds, and he's not got time for this now. Sapek's not peeking, gives up the ghost, but Banjo's out of the round. He might get the kill. He won't get anything more than that, though. It's 11 for the Ninjas. Damage, in fact, for fnatic overall. ZTR on 11, and the AWP fires away, does not get its kill. Sapek falls first instead.
Oh, they are trapped on that right-hand side.
I know that he's out there. Banjo at new box, undetected. He strikes. Kyiv follows suit on LNZ, making it a 4 versus 2. Rolf has got to get this kill before he gets the bomb down. He does find it successfully, taking a bit of tag damage to return. Another bit of utility there, and nade back towards position should allow the bomb to cross and get planted.
Oh, they don't actually spam it away. They don't deny the bomb, and Fuzi looking in towards CT spawn puts it back into a 2v2.
That might have been the window opportunity for fnatic, and dissipating before their very eyes. Fuzi in the back of dark. Rolf in at the shy. They'll watch for the construction engines. Hearing both sets of footsteps flick on. Roll for 4. Fuzi in a 1 versus 1, but doesn't get his shot. Pepzor makes it a double and brings in around that corner. Look into the brackets position. Try and catch the T side off. Sprays come through from Pepzor, who does catch ZTR. All important frag to
timing. These CT players need to get back over to B, and this could be the opportunity. LNZ finding the first. Needs to follow up. It shouldn't happen. Kiev there with the trade, but now they've got to get back over to B.
Advantage fnatic. Bomb should go down here. Retake is on for the Rising side. Sapek pressing up with the AK, and the crossfire for Rolf could be the bait and switch as Fuzi gets caught though. The main site anchor is removed from play, so it all rests on how they deal with these guys. Frey through, doing damage. Pepzor leans in. Sapek catches him. Looks for the second player. Can't catch Kiev. Can look for KST instead. And now it's all Rolf for the 1v3. Known entity. Kiev swings upon him and wins a very crucial round for fnatic Rising.
CT start repositioning out onto the site. He's probably going to be the one to catch them. Instead, just continues walking out. No util, no nothing, no information, and very quick into the round.
Come back down and try to drive them out, but they're in the site anyway. Spray through for Banjo. Is Kiev that catches the frag on Sapek. A 5 versus 3. Flashes over as Kiev gets in the midst of the smoke. Manic sprays from Banjo, overwhelmed by ZTR, but are they aware of how close the other CTs are at? Pepzor will find a trade back. Manic sprays from him, does force him back out towards the spawn, but Kiev strikes into the site, and ZTR with a trade. Needs to go full-blown ace, however, to hold this round. Throws away the AK to try to grab the AWP, but a flash in allows Pepzor to peek. Pretty passive. Incendiary is coming at the right times. They do try and siphon him off, but Sapek gets flashed in, and Banjo and Kiev are just lined up for the AK. They're here on the A site somewhere. Nades in, double up against KST, still finds Fuzi in this one, taps forward to the AKs. LNZ's going to catch off one. Sapek should credit with the kill. KST with a double up, and off the defaults for both sides. Counter incendiaries and smokes go down. The Molotovs and HE stack on against Sapek, and they do catch the one aggressive player. LNZ will find Pepzor to bring it to a 4v4. Driving ZTR back as they converge in upon the short control. Regali in the box corner. Rolf doesn't check it all the way. Kill found. Double up with LNZ, forcing out a TK thanks to the assistance, and even Burns and a Molotov. KST credited with a kill. Regali thinking of making a move. ZTR's got to try and find this angle at the right timing and catches him with util in hand. Has an entry to the side. Now needs to look towards short. Incendiary's out towards long, and Kiev gets the second kill in the round for him. The 13th. AK in, Banjo spotted. Oh, what an adjustment from ZTR. Look for Banjo next up. Trades back, pistol trying to overwhelm. He gets away with the second kill. And now there's 2 guns to play with, 3 guns to play with, in fact, for the Deagle in hand. KST caught with damage. They'll wrap that corner. LNZ gets credit with a kill. Rolf manic spray. Can't hold on. LNZ can, though. Deagle's to his name. Rolf catches Pepzor, kicks things off on the right foot. Damage done to him and LNZ to start, however. Round with the force buyers of the Deagles. Regali that does find Rolf at least, so there will be a trade available. Will they get this next player? Yes, they will. Not able to double up against Sapek. Smokes back down. They know that Kiev is in that corner himself. He's able, they won't, but the shots of the Eagles miss out. Sapek forcing off angle. KST can find ZTR. The bomb will get planted. Blind sprays on towards that first position, but Key forces forward at Eagle. And now Sapek is a known entity, making noise at coffins. And fnatic will do a tiny amount of damage. Actually, quite a lot more damage to KST as the curse kill comes in against Pepzor's part. Removed from play, a big gap.
Of both players, and they deal with Pepzor. Keyvan and City Spawn can't find anything, and now Banjo's the only site player left on B to defend.
5 on 3, gonna try look for 2 as well. ZTR gets caught off, no kill comes in, and he gets himself a double. B site's all theirs, overtime is all theirs. Fnatic crumbling apart. As we will be looking onto the 15-15 and double nade with a spray and everything. Rolf timed it so well. Get forced back with his teammates, the blind sprays and all sorts coming out. ZTR reads Pepzor, kicks things off, but Banjo with a response.
Aggression down from Banana.
Will he push? It looks like he might push with the flashbang. ZTR has no idea. He's going to get caught off for it. And Fnatic have brought it back to the lead.
I'm surprised he didn't clear that.
Incendiary is held back. Fuzi with the AWP, watching Regali instead, peeks ahead for the CT side, and LNZ gets his head taking. One player on KST to find what an adjustment. A chance available, drops right back in, looks towards short, could line up 2, only gets the 1. Regali there with the trade, now it all rests on Rolf, who can't control the spray. Key with the final kill of the round, and gets the dangerous right here. Of course, the AKs will come back in, was playing with 16k rules. Regali kicks things off by finding Sapek. AWP leans in. try to flick back. LNZ gets the trade. ZTR follows suit all the same. And the 3-on-3 as he does it with a teammate, but the smoke can go down to the B site. It's undefended. Keeve just got a blind fire. Hope for the best and catch Rolf as he also returns fire. Traces through the smoke, gives up his position towards the new box. Flashbang forward. They don't catch any of it. Pepsor caught first, and two more players to line up. The AWP got to isolate each individual. Missing that first shot, connects that second, and jumps out of the way to avoid the damage being done. KST can't capitalize on a kill, but he's got the defuse kit. He's going to stick it. Fuzi's going to force forward, look for his man, and stabilize the shot to bring us to evens again. Garley with his AWP trying to challenge him directly, sees the crack angle from Fuzi. It's KST that kicks things off on Rolf out in the apps entrance. Pepsor has an angle on Fuzi's. He's not ready for anyone in Boiler.
And they try to split B. Now, the bomb can get picked up by Sapek and go in towards this banana position. He really needs to hope that some of his teammates in from City Sport can do some damage. They line up for ZTR, and now the bomb's trying to make its way into the sides.
3v3, chasing back from mid. The bomb should make its way up. LNZ's got a whole bunch of hell to deal with. Regali only lands a tag, but Pepsor can find the turnaround. Now they should be aware of at least two individuals. The open at the second boost position. Flashbang back forward. KST gets caught. Pepsor also the same, but no. He gets his kill alongside Regali. LNZ can hold control of banana. How long for?
Oh, great spam coming through from Pepsor. Lack of information.
His defensive line. How much can he get out of this? One player giving up his shoulder. A slight pixel angle. Almost gets that second, but the fountain blocks him. And the second wave of utility comes in. Flashes and re-smoke. Smoke back for Fuzi, but peeks out to the right-hand side. Gives Pepsor the kill. Sapek can find a kill through the smoke, though. So luckily keeping things at evens. Go to the back lines as they do catch Banjo for a little bit of damage, but he gets Sapek anyway. So 3-on-2, making it one. ZTR with one kill and a second. Hold on. Look against the AWP now. Regali in the back over at Dark. He's running out of time. He needs to get his kill real quick, but it does not happen for him. Regali with a... Suppressed by the Moto smoke. Pepsor caught off spray. Transfers go towards two. And ZTR looks to bail out the Ninjas with Rolf for the follow-up. Two less standing. Banjo can get that one trade. But Rolf's on his own. He needs backup from his teammates. And the first responder, Refusi, on the backup rotation has fallen. Banjo looking for more. LNZ gets caught. No way. Not like this. Ninjas. The AWP is still hunting for his man. Regali's nailed him. And Sapek now alone against Banjo. His back is turned. He gets caught for it. One-on-one to save the Ninjas in this map. Regali still waiting, and he lands his shot. A triple to close it. fnatic pushed up against the wall. Ready for the taps out. Fuzi caught with a little bit of damage. ZTR will drop that bomb in the open. Regali could do so much now with this, tapping up some serious heads. Triple out for him, and now facing him for the quadra against Fuzi. LNZ dropped towards Keeve. What a start for fnatic during the last invitational. Now seeing whether or not he can put that into decent effect to the Academy side here. Pepsor gets his double up against Fuzi and Rolf, looking for LNZ next up with a Tech 9. He makes it a triple overall, and Sapek will end up dropping. Damage has been done to the CT side, but only two casualties.
You do want to try and keep the pressure on, force buy it up as much as possible. Unfortunately for ZTR, he's got many players to deal with. At least that's a start, but Banjo on the backstab surely going to be...
That could be everything, but he's checking all the way as side alley as Banjo leans in from ramp, takes a tag against the man, but gets that kill ultimately for the SMG. For the 2-0 start.
Create a lot of space, and so much distractions being pulled out from the alley position to make this play possible, but it doesn't quite happen. Keeve still deals with that first player, and fnatic Rising want to try and retake some of this ramp control.
It's a big start out, and a follow-up there from ZTR. We'll be able to follow suit. LNZ can trade back onto Regali's part, so 4v3 scenario. ZTR caught by Pepsor. Fuzi able to respond, maintain the advantage with Ninja so far. KST struggling against Rolf, but he does come up good against that man. So 2v2, and Nade's ready. Now the bomb will go down.
And they'd go out towards the side. Surely that deals with it unseen. Yeah, of course it does. Fuzi now in the 1v2. He's got the nades to try and back himself up.
Kit involved in everything. Spray does not land towards KST. Banjo dinks up Fuzi. He gets that one kill, but is on the wrong player. And KST even
actually assisting with some util over to the top of the ladder. That's a great molly to force out. Sapek peeks with it. Unfortunately, he only gets a 1-for-1. Regali's actually the one to multi-frag.
And double up for the man. And a 4 versus 3 for fnatic. He will continue leaning forward and look for another man advantage. Doubles up, but can't hold on forever. Fuzi gets his trade back, and Regali still looks for even more. KST spots LNZ. And foozy now on a 1v3. Start with the Ninjas. Their map picking everything. They went to this because they figured it would be a good balance of confident pick from them. Earned his right, I think, to compete in the Rising side. Flash forward for him. He's got himself another triple out towards the lineup. Just spray them all down, knock them out of the round. Get this fifth to the board of fnatic. Speak of the devil, and he will show himself. And Sapek can get that one trade, but as LNZ falls, he's alone on 8 HP.
Jeez, they're getting rolled, aren't they? This is a really tough affair in for young Ninjas. Great flash assist over towards that mid position. Sapek at least gets a trade back. Unfortunately, even with that kill from Pepzor.
Rising side. This map could be one that's underestimated by the Ninjas. 5-0. Keep it going, that'd be great. Pepzor will find the opening pick and a double up against foozy. You've got Regali looking in towards mid. He's hearing footsteps. And they're extending out towards the stairs at the B site and grabs the bomb carrier. LNZ down, and from there, the whole setup for the Ninjas has been removed from play. Rolf will try and find a recovery alongside ZTR, but surely the best they can do is get the kills. I say that, and Rolf lines up too. Still got KST out here towards the stairs angle. Gets that frag, knows that Rolf is also out there. So long as they hold the bomb again, they're going to have no problems with holding the round. It's 6-0 for the fnatic. Gets caught by it, so he backs away.
A lot of noise. Great counter flash from ZTR. A lot of damage being done. They get a triple entry into the bomb site. So many of those CTs blinded. And now KST and Banjo have got a board. Yeah, you're right about that. Seemed as if Keith wanted to get aggressive with that ramp smoke, opted against it.
Him, pulling out the utility at the wrong moment, then the nade's back towards his position as KST gets caught off, and Molotovs burn him and Keith. They get caught off guard. 2 kills pour in. And the bomb is in full T-side control. Regali next to full. Keith trying to see if he can get himself out of dodge at 51. Stray bullets flying all over the place, and finally they catch him through that smoke. 1v5 for Banjo. The Ninjas have overwhelmed. Finally conceding a little bit of momentum back to the team that picked this map. The T side starting to get rolling.
This round is still expensive. You're not expecting a massive amount, or maybe we should be.
Kill KST trying to wait the wrong moment. Oh no! ZTR almost stole the frag, but it's going to be a 4 versus 4 because of that. Deagle Kiev takes fight. LNZ will take him down. Regali with a responsive the same. A 3 versus 3. The M4 falling back. Regali does get caught up on a flank. It's foozy with the latest kill. Banjo trying to see if he can catch up in the back lines. Awkward spray comes up good for him though. So hold that bomb plant for a second. He gets a fantastic headshot to spray against ZTR. Looking for the triple against foozy, who almost gives it up. Is Pepzor now with the Deagle versus the AK. Trying to make no noise. Look for the 1 kill shot he needs. And he's going to get it. A steal for that. Closest to the T-side line. Rolf checks it, gives up a shoulder and gives up HP, but not his life.
Get this HE in for some damage, then something could be created. Flash over the top. Pepzor's just taking so much damage. At least he deals with the first through the smoke.
And blind fires close towards Rolf. Caught him for a bit of a tag. Nades on position. He'll just try firing to the left and right, but can't catch the defensive line. It's Banjo instead through the smoke. Gets his own blind kill. Tags up LNZ as well. Lining up so well here for fnatic. Sapek in the back, foozy finding as a trade. Pepzor drops a 3v2 and looks up on the boost for even more. He could catch Regali, he misses the shot, and Regali there with a trade. It's Sapek and LNZ now. Smoked off from ramp, Sapek coming in a side alley. Neither player checks him, taps that bomb once. Banjo there with a face, and Sapek strikes at the right time. Well coordinated there by the Ninjas. Regali going to try force forward against Rolf. Catch him off guard. He sets utility in towards mid control, and the frag is found early. Pick up for the CT line. The AKs will lean forward as Banjo continues firing away, seeing where ZTR is, but doesn't get the casualty. It's a trade back at a 4 versus 4. Some wallbangs won't be placed correctly, though.
Oh, there we go. That drops the bomb. Oh, what a lineup that is. And now they've got the man.
Is there a flash to go over? Instead, Foozy's going to get baited in, get killed off at the close quarters again. And still got KST traded back by Sapek. He has seen the 2 players, though. Information gain for fnatic Rising. Regali with 2 defined spray lines up that second kill, but doesn't get it together. They do lose Pepzor, so it's Kiev against ZTR and 2 HP, 15 seconds. And Kiev is just going to wait here. Catch off the shot, connects his frag, connects the 8th round of the half. Pepzor moving in, the nades perfectly placed there by the CT side, and Kiev can get another wall bang placed well against ZTR, and Pepzor will follow suit on foozy, 5v3.
A beautiful sequence again, out to ramp, and fnatic Rising. You'd have to imagine the HGs are going to do even more. Another well-placed nade.
Sapek next to drop. LNZ will give up his life the same. It's a triple up for the FAMAS. And a ninth round.
Until down towards ramp and over at the B side. Rolf is just trying for any sort of damage. One kill gets presented, and that is it.
Better than ever. Molotov's in, will try force Regali back. He'll just push forward instead, but that leads Sapek to the opening frag.
Yeah, Regali with the AWP getting punished for that over-aggressive peek. One-way smoke from the CTs to work without from ramp, drops the bomb, and Pepsor stays alive.
Baiting LNZ, flashbang in against the next player of Fuzi, and Fuzi has no idea how close he really is. Fnatic's tenacity to stick around has forced them back out. LNZ will get kept away. It doesn't extend all the way on the site. Banjo still gets Rolf, but it does extend. It forces that bomb forward. It's round done. They'll look for the kill anyway. But Fnatic with the perfect utility. He doesn't see him. Sapek can catch that first frag as the smoke clears. He sees several of them. 3 players now known. Insignia is back for Kiwi, calls in backup and rotation. Minute on the clock. Kiwi spots 2, but doesn't get any. Enough bullets just go all over the place, hitting everything but the T-side members. 4 kills coming in for the Ninjas. And try his best to grab something, anything in this one, but the backstab from Sapek, enough to get the 4th round, give Ninjas a bit of a buffer going as they were playing. I'll come back to that in a second because they're going to get charged in upon by the Fnatic Rising side, who are trying to just outpace them here. Regali with 2 frags, looking for another multi-frag round here in the pistol. He's got himself 2, looking for the triple. KST will overwhelm Rolf, and LNZ held back towards quad will not last long. It's Fuzi on 5 HP versus 4.
3. Fuzi trying to come up from mid, just not going to happen at all. 12 on the board for Fnatic Rising.
Looking good against the Ninjas here. Fnatic forced forward upon by the hard eco pistols. Regali and Pepsor do lose 1, but the AK holds its own. Regali looking for the quadra. He will get Sapek all the same. Unlucky that the Mat 10 couldn't get much money.
So that's why they cancel. In for the mid walk. Young Ninjas start putting pressure back on from mid, deal with KST, give themselves a man advantage, and not a lot of information gets gained at all. Fnatic Rising actually leaning back over towards the B side by the looks of it.
Sapek picks Pepsor, and Fuzi lands Regali. Perfect shot. The 2 players left standing. The Ninjas in full control of round 19. Fnatic Rising trying to work their way up into this site. Keeve will catch LNZ. Bomb passed off towards him. Keeve's going to burn. Banjo will try force them out to get some sort of exit frag through some damage to the CT side because he's not getting the round itself. A bit of noise, so that might be info to gain for the CT line. And indeed, the shot connects to kick things off.
Yeah, they're making a lot of sound cues, and you can't be affording to do that because you're just going to get punished in. They're going to look into that area, try that boost up over towards the B side again, see if they can find some success. All comes down to a matter of timing, and LNZ falls. The other player doesn't quite go down.
Only if only. ZTR on 22 getting away lucky on that one. 4 versus 3. Smokes on the suppressed. Further flashes coming in as ZTR try to retake control. And have got 1 player. Keeve going to cross out to the site in the open. Can't lock onto a kill. A bit too aggressive for my money. KST and Regali will line up for Sapek. Give a flashbang in. Sapek's blind. He still adjusts against Keeve. Staying alive on a very low amount of HP, 40 points to his name. He's got teammates able to surround him, and Rolf will blind spray the same. Catch Regali next to the 5-on-3 now. Young Ninjas in full control. Fnatic Rising, stunned out of the ramp position.
Keeve, that was a perfect opportunity to strike with that first player. It just doesn't quite happen, and now things fall apart. Rolf is still very far extending out from ramp, and he catches another player. The AWP's even looking in for some more.
To the A site.
I don't think they know that KST is out into this position to try and see if he can peek into the AWP and give him the advantage. They've got a couple of smokes and even a molly that could go down, but Rolf still gets damage.
They're not expecting him to be at the orange boost. Finally, KST will get his 2nd kill. Got to go back for that bomb and get it planted. There's a Molotov in. He's going to go ahead and plant in the midst of it anyway. The teams make their way up. Nays damage. ZTR catches the final frag. And the Ninjas...
So I wonder if they'll change that up at all.
It's Banjo with the opening frag, quickly out of the gates for Pepsor and Co. They do find the trade back on Rolf. They're not ready for Fuzi. The AWP out to the corner. Got Sapek there to bail him out with the AK involved. And just like that, Fnatic have crumbled apart in the mid-control. Keeve trying his best to get a trade, trying to buy some sort of way back into the B side. Try and walk up to force Fuzi away from the sandbags if possible. Try and force forward. Flashbang catches him blind. All-important kill. Looking for Rolf next up. Seeing his gun barrel. Pepsor gets the dink off. Looks for Sapek as well. That nade out towards the sideline entrance should catch him off guard. They're not ready for ZTR though. Comes in with that trade. Keeve still follows suit, and Sapek and LNZ are 4v2. That Tech 9.
Look at Banjo.
The rough weapon has done so much in this one. There's a counter backstabber as well towards the B side. They've cleared it out. Bomb's going to commit. They'll leave 1 player out there in Regali to try and catch the likes of Sapek off, and he will get his kill. LNZ, lone player standing, walking in from spawn. He might evade Banjo, but it's a 1v4 anyway.
This is actually quite cheeky, the way that he can get into the bomb site, the backstab coming back in, easy pick in from Banjo. What is crazy is there a 4-8.
Further incendiaries force Pepzor ahead. He blind fires on Sapek and catches the opening kill. He's dipping in for a bit more, catches off Rolf, but doesn't quite get the kill shot. And the AWP will try just against the man. A Molotov down. Keeps them at bay as the T's form up towards the B site. Hit smokes towards mid, leaves KST in. LNZ gets caught. We've still got one player close. ZTR can trade. It's not the bomb though. 4v3 that will cross to the site. Kiev comes in with a counter backstab. Rolf can adjust against the man. Fuzi has dropped the bomb in the meanwhile. A 2v2 scenario on the second phase. Incendiary comes into the back lines. Might force Pepzor out of the way. The AK engages. Now he's got to go for the plant.
Oh, there's the pick that even comes through. Now Rolf's the last one left. Out to the side. Banjo's going to fall, and Rolf all comes down to him. The 1v1 situation, knows where Pepzor is, trying to play the Tiger back out to the stairs, but it doesn't happen. Rolf is going to keep the deal.
Survival. The C teams press forward, flashbang in. Pepzor has no idea what's going on. Sapek stands on his head and gets the opening frag.
Banjo's able to open up towards the B side, so at least that entry gets found. There's so much counter utility that finally deals with Regali, and now the T's can start that rotate over. They are being quite noisy in the matter.
4 on 3 and then just hold the control. Fuzi going to rotate back to join his teammate on the outskirts of the site. ZTR seeing utility and goes out towards the site. Banjo catches him at the end of the smoke though. Fuzi's orb. Molotov burns him out to the back lines. Flashbang's coming in. He's got back up here real quick. The flick's not quite good enough though. Banjo gets his headshot. Will burn with triple. KST follows suit on Sapek, and it's Rolf again in the clutch. Against 3. They're going to hide. Shoulder bait. Force him out. Spray through. He can't get it done. Banjo will close a 16-11.